Hi there, I'm Sandra Wilson, clinical hypnotherapist who works with rejection sensitivity, and I thought I would just talk a little bit about the pain of common everyday things that might happen to trigger the feelings of this intense, what feels like a complete overreaction to instances where you perceive you've been rejected. So somebody recently told me that they messaged some friends just to suggest a night out. And these were friends that they'd had for quite a long time, and the person hadn't seen them for a while. So they popped them a text message and just said, "Do you fancy going out on such and such a night to such and such an event?" So that all felt pretty okay. They took the plunge, and then the friend responded saying, "Oh, I can't actually do that evening because I'm going to be busy doing something different." Now, a perfectly normal for somebody that hasn't got RSD way to respond to that would be fine. Okay, let's just perhaps make it another night. Let's just have a look at the diary and find a time when we can do it. But oh no, RSD often does not let you do that. So the person said they felt like they had been punched in the stomach, which is sometimes very common. To feel this rejection physically is very common. And then automatically just started to believe that the friend no longer liked them. What have I done to upset them? Have I said something? Was this situation that happened 10 years ago relevant? They no longer like me. What can I do? This is just awful. I'm going to lose them. They're not going to be friends anymore with me. So can you see what happens here? The brain will start to spiral completely, okay? And believe it or not, even though it seems, quite strange, your brain is trying to protect you by making you feel this pain. And really it's a way that your brain is actually over amplifying the pain in a really weird paradoxical way to stop you from actually putting yourself in that situation again. And it doesn't want you to step out of your comfort zone. It doesn't want you to put yourself in a situation where you're going to get rejected. And this is why the pain often runs so deep. And it then just really makes me think, well, what is going on here? Why is your brain trying to protect you when you know logically that it's quite a normal response? Of course your friend may have other plans. It's not something that you would expect to get so upset about, but you just can't help it. So the reason your brain is doing this, especially with ADHD, chances are, yes, it might be a result of ADHD. I know it's an incredibly common symptom, this rejection sensitivity. We call rejection sensitive dysphoria. But is it just because of ADHD, or is it the result of being rejected, criticised, teased, bullied, even traumatised when you were younger during the course of your earlier life because you were different, because you didn't fit in, and you may have struggled at school with a friendship group, you may have been told by teachers that you were lazy, you may have been even told by the people at home that loved you that you were untrustworthy, that you were, that you were too sensitive. Stop it, you're being too sensitive. You may have been, not even necessarily told that you didn't fit in, but all of these negative messages as you grew up made your nervous system on such high alert that it takes steps to protect you. So all of this stuff you absorb. So your nervous system's job is to stop you from being eaten alive by saber-toothed tigers. That's the original you know, deep-rooted fear, all about survival. If you were alive 2 million years ago, that would have been your key concern, fitting into the tribe for safety and avoiding the saber-toothed tiger. So your nervous system is actually doing its job. The trouble is, in today's times, in modern times, there aren't those saber-toothed tigers, and you don't necessarily have to belong to a tribe to survive, although it's nice to have a tribe, of course. So this is what it's doing. And of course, you can remind yourself it is just the voice of your nervous system trying to protect you. This is why it's creating such a peculiar filter every time somebody says, oh no, sorry, I can't do that. Or, oh, would you mind if I have a quick word about something if you're at work? Or just the fear of picking up the phone just in case it happens again. So I hope this has helped, and I would like to say at this point, a lot of my viewers and people that like my posts are not followers. So if you do not follow me, please just click the follow or the subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll be back with more content tomorrow. Bye for now.